Creativity is an addiction. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So let's turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh, the seasons are set to change. Here they come. Physically and mentally, as spring continues to march forward, as does our anxiety. Yeah, experts say there's an increase in pressure because we feel this need to engage socially. Suddenly, I'm thrown back to March of 2020. The month began with huge global headlines of how real this thing called COVID-19 was, and it was marching into March like a lion. The 1 month that our mind, body, and souls need to deal with social engagement, and we were headed for a lockdown. Although I did write daily during the lockdown, there is absolutely no urge to ever go back and physically reread about the fears and the worries of that time period. A time period that will be long forgotten, yet the virus still exists. As we enter the months of spring and this need to gather up, challenge yourself to reach even further. Mentally speaking, it still feels like we're being very selective on who we want inside our circles. Be like a bee and spread the pollen. Let's figure out ways to place peace and love on this desert floor. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer, a silent wolf. I stand on the sidelines and I observe. I listen. I participate. I study. We learn even more. And then we get to talk about it. This is The Daily Mess. When everything feels like it's going wrong, you've been there, right? We've all been there. The fridge has died. There's a big crack in the backyard deck. The food at the restaurant sucked. And how many traffic lights are we going to be sitting at today? When all feels bad. Well, the first step is to truly analyze what's going on in your life. There's a reason why something is taking place. We make it too easy to get angry or sad about it. So our next steps should be put on focus. Focus on being positive. Now that's a tough cookie, right? The moment we start asking, is that positive? It feels like we're judging ourselves. Ask somebody. It's okay to reach out for advice. And as you prepare to move forward, the vision shouldn't be altered by false hopes and promises. Now, you may have to start all over. It doesn't mean quitting or taking an extended vacation, but physically, let's just do it again. I never go into a day or project expecting to take home the bowling trophy. Staying focused requires self-leadership. Staying away from other people's pity parties. We all have issues. You can't fix the world until you realize you're having a better day. When everything feels like it's going wrong. One thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And naturally, one of the things that happens after that is we start placing blame on other people because, well, this wouldn't have happened if. And it had nothing to do with the situation. That's why awareness is key in everything. Don't just set it aside and walk away and come back in 6 years. You need to deal with it in the presence of now. Just go ahead and give yourself permission. I'm going to start all over. Because, when you really go back and look at things when you did start all over, 99.9% of the time, you did a better job the second time. I'm Arroe, and that's The Daily Mess.